No one noticed Jonah Bale. Not in the way that mattered. He moved through the city like background noise. Present, constant, and ignored. The kind of man people stepped around without remembering they'd done it. He worked the night shift as a janitor in a 12-story office building downtown. The kind with mirrored glass and motivational quotes framed in every hallway. Dream bigger. Lead the way. Your voice matters. Jonah wiped those frames every night. He was 37, though life had weathered him into looking older. His shoulders sloped forward as if he'd spent years bracing for impact. His hands were rough, permanently stained with the ghosts of cleaning chemicals. And his voice, when it came out at all, was soft, careful, practiced at not interrupting anyone. That hadn't always been the case. Once, long ago, Jonah had been loud. He used to believe that words could change things. But belief is fragile when it's tested too often. The building emptied by 7 p.m. Executives left first, suits crisp, laughter loud. Then the middle managers glued to phones. Finally the interns, tired-eyed and hopeful. By the time Jonah clocked in at 10 p.m., the place was quiet enough to hear your own thoughts echo. He liked that part. The silence didn't judge him. Every night followed the same rhythm. Lobby, elevators, restrooms, conference rooms. He worked methodically, headphones in but no music playing. He liked hearing the building breathe, the hum of lights, the distant groan of pipes, the echo of his footsteps. Echoes mattered to Jonah. They reminded him that even when no one answered, something always came back. At least, that's what he used to think. Jonah grew up in a cramped apartment above a laundromat on the south side of the city. The machines downstairs ran all night, rattling the floor like restless spirits. His mother used to say the building had a heartbeat. "You just have to listen," she'd tell him. She was a schoolteacher with tired eyes and a stubborn smile. She believed in asking questions. She believed in correcting injustice, even when it was uncomfortable. And she believed her son had something important to say. Jonah believed her. At school, he talked. A lot. He asked why certain neighborhoods didn't have libraries. Why some kids got new textbooks while others got hand-me-downs. Why his best friend Marcus was punished more harshly than anyone else for the same mistakes. Teachers called him bright but disruptive. Principals called his mother concerned. By middle school, the label changed. Troublemaker. The first time Jonah learned what it meant to be silenced was the day he stood up during assembly and questioned a new rule that banned students from using the library during lunch. "We need that space," he said into the microphone, voice shaking but strong. "Some of us don't have anywhere quiet to go." The auditorium went still. The principal smiled thinly and took the microphone from his hand. "That's enough, Jonah," he said. "There's a time and place for comments." There never was. Detentions followed, then suspensions. Teachers stopped calling on him. Classmates stopped sitting next to him. Even Marcus started warning him. "Man, just keep your head down," Marcus whispered one day. "They don't like when we talk too much." By high school, Jonah learned the safest thing to do was be quiet. Silence, he discovered, hurt less. Jonah's dream was simple. He wanted to tell stories. Not fiction, real stories. The kind people ignored. The kind buried under headlines and algorithms. He wanted to capture voices before they disappeared. He saved for a used camera. Every spare dollar from part-time jobs went into a coffee tin under his bed. When he finally bought it, the thing barely worked. The lens stuck. The audio crackled. But it was his. He spent weekends interviewing people no one listened to. The elderly man who fed pigeons in the park and used to be a jazz musician. The single mother working 3 jobs. The war veteran who talked to himself at bus stops. Jonah listened. He uploaded the videos online to a channel he named Echo of Life, because he believed every life deserved to echo somewhere. At first, nothing happened. 5 views, 10 views, a few comments from strangers saying thank you. Then one video gained traction. It was a simple interview with a street cleaner who talked about pride, dignity, and being invisible. The views climbed. So did Jonah's hope. But hope attracts attention. And not all attention is kind. His name was Victor Hargreave. Victor ran a popular media company built on viral content. Flashy edits, clickbait titles, stories told loud and fast, stripped of nuance. He had millions of followers and a reputation for giving people a platform. Victor reached out after Jonah's video hit 200,000 views. "We love what you're doing," the email said. "Let's talk." Jonah nearly cried. They met in a glass-walled office downtown, the same building Jonah would later clean at night, though he didn't know it yet. Victor talked. Jonah listened. Victor praised Jonah's rawness but criticized his lack of polish. He offered resources, exposure, mentorship. "There's just one thing," Victor said, leaning back in his chair. "We'd need to control the narrative. Simplify it. People don't want complexity." Jonah hesitated. "These are their real stories," he said quietly. "I don't want to twist them." Victor smiled. "Kid," he said, "truth is flexible." Jonah said no. That decision cost him everything. Within weeks, Victor's company released a series suspiciously similar to Jonah's concept, shorter, louder, monetized. Jonah's videos were buried by algorithms. His channel stagnated. Worse, a copyright claim took down his most popular video. Appeals went unanswered. Messages went unread. Jonah's voice disappeared into the noise. By the end of the year, he sold his camera to pay rent. Echo of Life went silent. Silence became Jonah's life. His mother passed away quietly one winter morning, the laundromat machines still humming downstairs. At the funeral, people spoke about her impact, her voice, her courage. Jonah said nothing. He took the janitor job because it paid consistently and didn't require explanations. Night work suited him. No expectations. No disappointments. Years blurred together. Victor's face appeared on billboards, podcasts, award stages. Jonah scrubbed floors beneath his smile. Sometimes, late at night, Jonah stood alone in a conference room and spoke out loud just to hear himself. The echo answered. It reminded him he was still there. Everything changed because of a broken phone. One night, Jonah found it discarded in a trash bin near the executive floor. The screen was cracked, but the battery worked. Curiosity nudged him. Inside the phone was a recording app open. He pressed play. Victor's voice filled the empty hallway, laughing, bragging, talking about manipulating stories, exploiting pain, silencing creators who refused to sell out. Jonah's heart pounded. He didn't plan anything. He just listened. And for the first time in years, he didn't stay quiet. Jonah didn't go to the police. He went home. He bought a cheap microphone, borrowed a friend's laptop, and reopened Echo of Life. The video he uploaded wasn't flashy. It was Jonah, sitting in a dim room, speaking plainly. He played the recording. Then he told his story. He didn't shout. He didn't accuse. He simply let the truth echo. The internet listened. The video spread faster than anything Jonah had ever made. Journalists reached out. Creators came forward with similar stories. Victor denied everything until the evidence stacked too high. Sponsors pulled out. Platforms investigated. The man with the loudest voice found himself unheard. Jonah watched from the sidelines. He didn't celebrate. He understood something now. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers and still changes everything. Months later, Jonah was invited to speak at a small storytelling conference. No stage lights, no scripts, just people. He told them this: your voice doesn't need permission to matter. If no one listens today, speak anyway, because life echoes. And one day, what you say will come back louder than you ever imagined. The room was quiet, then applause. Real applause. Echo of Life grew again. Slowly, honestly, stories returned. Voices found space. And somewhere, late at night, a janitor's footsteps echoed through an empty building. Only now, they sounded like purpose. Because the world doesn't change when the loudest speak. It changes when the unheard refuse to stay silent. And every life deserves an echo.